Gerald, hi, yes, can I see you? Just 5 minutes. Yeah, it won't take long. It won't take long. Listen, I know it's the end of the month and we're quite busy right now, so I'm just going to jump straight into the point. Listen, Gerald, please understand that it took me such a long time to come to this decision, and you know, I've been here for such a long time. It's been an amazing journey, but this is my 24-hour notice of my resignation. Yes, I quit. I really do quit. Yeah. I would say thank you, but I won't. It really sucked here. The food is disgusting and your team is full of nonsense, and your breath, and you stand too close to people. But I quit. Yeah, I quit. Really good. Really happy about this. That's all I had to say. I'm out. Peace, suckers. People, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kopano Shimange and this is How I Do Things, the show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. Now you can take it as advice, use it, don't use it. It is completely up to you. There is no pressure at all. If you're watching for fun, good. Watch for fun. Now today's question comes from a lady who thinks she is ready to make the big leap from full-time employment to full-time entrepreneurship, but she's just shaking in her boots just a little bit because she's just like, I'm not sure. Am I ready? How do I know I'm actually ready to quit my job and be like, peace, I'm out? It's a big decision. Now I've made that big decision before in my life, and I know a number of women who have too. In my business, Club She Is, I've actually coached a number of women to quitting their full-time jobs and actually becoming full-time entrepreneurs and making a full-time living out of it. It is not easy, and there's some mistakes that we have all made that have led to some big mistakes that I want you guys to avoid. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few steps and a few tips and tricks of things you need to know before you make the big jump. So if you have any questions that you also want to send to me, any scenarios, any juicy situations about being a woman, being a mom, being a boss, being a wifey, or just being yourself in and out of relationships, whatever it may be, send them through to me at Kopano Shimange on Instagram. Look for this Insta story highlight, click on the little pink box or reply and let me know which question you want me to answer next in our next video. But until then, let's jump straight into this. Now, from my personal experience, I quit in December 2014. I know, that was the first big mistake that I made. Who quits in December, right before the 13th check? Everybody's all happy about getting their 13th check, and I was just like, it happens. Next time I quit, which probably won't happen again, but if anybody says they want to quit their job, I definitely tell them not to do it in December. But anyway, since quitting my job, I started my business and I thought I was ready. But to be honest with you, I made a number of mistakes that cost me a bit of money and they cost me a whole lot of time. But those experiences helped me to create the business that I have right now, where I'm coaching and leading and mentoring so many women into building their own personal brands, becoming influencers and becoming entrepreneurs, and living the life of their dreams through Club She Is. If you want any of those details, they're down below. But let's get into the things that you should do before you quit your job. I know, you just want to be like pens down, just throwing papers in the air and saying, I quit. But wait, before you do that, this is what you need to know. Number one, do not quit without a plan. I know we get hot and steamy. We're just like, I've had it. God Dave, Le Brenda, Le Rebecca, I quit. Don't quit without a plan. What are you going to do after you quit your job? Having a plan is not just saying, okay, after I quit, I'm going to do this. That's not good enough. You need to have the exact steps planned out and know exactly what you're going to do. It's not good enough to just have it in your mind. And I'm not saying have a business plan. I'm saying have a roadmap. That from the day I quit, this is what I'm going to do with my finances, and this is what I'm going to be doing with my business or whatever other streams of income that are going to be coming in to replace it. The big thing you need to remember here is that you're losing a salary, a guaranteed salary, and you want to make sure that when you leave, you have a plan to replace it. Now, if you have this in your mind, then you can plan it out and say, you know what, it's January, I want to quit, but let me stay another 6 months just so that I can make sure that my plan is in place So the day that I quit, I won't miss this place. No matter how much they miss me, I'm not gonna miss them. This links to point number 2, which is to have a grip on your finances. Now, when you quit your job, you do not want to still be flourishing and floundering your money on useless things that actually don't move you forward. So do an assessment of your money and look at all your subscriptions, everything that's taking a debit order, everything that you have to pay for, as well as your savings and your investments. And make sure that you're not going to be wasting your money still going out, flashing your money and all of that, when you haven't replaced it with whatever income you have from your entrepreneurship or your influencer work. So whatever it is that you want to do afterwards, have a grip on your finances first. The day you hand in that resignation letter, know exactly how much money is going out from your bank account, and always have reserves. Have about 2 or 3 months worth of reserves, so that if things don't go right after you quit your job, you know that your reserves can still pay for your bond, can still pay for your car, can still pay for your rent. Save up those reserves before you quit. I know a number of people who have actually done this, and it saved them so much. It saved them from having to go beg for their work back. It saved them from having to be embarrassed. It saved them from having their cars repossessed. So definitely have 3 months reserved and know exactly how much money you need, so that you don't have to suffer after you finally say, I quit. Number 3 is to sort out your survival. What do I mean by this? What do you need to survive, right? So you know how much minimum money you need to make for you to survive every single month. This also means how much do you need to survive as a business? How much do you need to break even as a business? You want to make sure that by the time you quit your job, you have an answer for business and personal survival. I'll tell you why. When you start a business, you want to take money and reinvest it into the business, especially at the beginning, so that you can grow, right? You don't just want to be living it here. Just every month, all you're getting is 10,000 Rand for 3 years. You want to be getting more than that. You want it to go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 and then to 100,000, because you are able to reinvest in your business. But you can't reinvest in your business if you are just surviving, if you are just begging for life from your business. So don't steal from whatever business you're going to have before you quit. Make sure that when you quit your job, you have a plan, knowing how am I going to survive and how is my business going to survive. That way, from the first day you start as an entrepreneur, you're making profit, and you're making enough profit to reinvest in your business and keep growing. And this leads me to point number 4. All of these are very linked. A lot of people, when they want to quit their jobs, they want to start businesses. It is too late to start after you quit. Start your business while you are working. Don't wait until you quit. Oh, Gosiam, I'm so serious about this. That's the big mistake that I made. And it took me a number of months just to survive. And then it took me a number of years to actually start thriving. But had I started my business before I quit my job, I would have been miles ahead. So before you quit your job, not after, before you quit your job, start the business. Don't wait to quit and then start. Start it before you quit. And what does it mean to start a business? I know so many of you guys who have registered businesses. You are just here stacking up registration. CIPC knows you guys so well because you just registered businesses. Registering a business is not starting a business. Do you know what it means to start a business? It means that you are selling. If you are selling, then your business has started. There are many businesses out there where people are selling and making money and they haven't even registered yet. So proprietorships are a thing. So make sure that you have started trading before you leave your job, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into before you go into the big bad world. Number 5. So now you started your business. Now you are selling. You need to make sure that you know what it takes to sell. There's a formula to this thing. People think that selling is some sort of luck that you have or some sort of talent that you have. No, selling is a formula. So you need to make sure that by the day you hand in that resignation, you know that X plus Y divided by B subtract C is equal to sales. You must know, what do I have to do to end up with sales. The reason why is that when you quit your job, you just know that all I have to do is just multiply, do more of this formula. Have the formula down. If it is that you post on social media, you send an email and then you get money, then you need to know that that formula works. Test it and test it and test it before you quit your job. If your sales have been pure luck before you quit your job, then you may end up with zero sales. The well will dry up. It will all be gone. There will be nothing. If you're relying on luck, by the time you quit your job, your luck may run out when you have nothing else to land on. So before you quit your job, have the formula down. Even if you're just making, side money of 5 or 10,000 rand a month, as long as you know the formula, when you quit your job, you know that you can easily multiply that 5 into 50 or that 10 into 100. That's all you have to do. Figure out the formula before you quit your job. And number 6, you will know when to quit your job when you can replace your salary. This is a big one. If you're making 50K a month, you need to know exactly how to make that 50K from your business. Once you know how to replace your salary, that is a good time to quit. Now, if your barriers of making that salary are based on you not having enough time, you need to find a way to still make that money. Outsource, get some help, get a virtual assistant. Find a way to make sure that your business can survive on its sales. There's so many people who are quitting their jobs based on hope. But if you have figured out the formula to make money, and if you know that you are replacing your income with your business or whatever you're doing outside of your employment, then you are free to hand in that resignation. Then you are free to go into that office and be like, I'm out, and just leave. Number 7, quit when you can scale. So we said start your business before you quit your job, right? Then we said figure out the sales formula before you quit your job. Know that you are able to replace your income when you quit your job. And the final thing that you need to have in place before you quit your job, stress-free, is when you can scale your business. When you know that my business will only do better when I have more time, and that's why I'm quitting. There are some people who are running such amazing businesses as side hustles and they don't need to quit their job. But if you know that things will only get better from here if I quit, then do it. There's a lot of businesses, a lot of people where their business isn't growing because they're held back by employment. If that's you, then it may be time for you to actually quit that job because you know your business is going to grow. If you know your sales formula, if you know that you can scale your business, then why are you not taking the big leap? When you know that I can scale this business, right now all I can manage is 100 products a month. But if I quit, then I can do 1,000 and even get more manufacturing. Then do it. And finally, number 8, quit when you're ready. This is the biggest one. For me, I was ready. I was heartful. I was here. I was enough. And that's why I quit. Looking back, I still would have quit, but I wish I would have started my business before I quit. A lot of my pain, a lot of my suffering, a lot of my debts, a lot of my struggles came from the fact that I had not started my business by the time I quit. You want to avoid that. And that's why I have number 1 to 7. But when you're ready to quit, quit. Just hand in your resignation and follow your own promises to grow that business and to continue to build that income. When you're ready, take the leap. I really want you guys to succeed. I don't want you to quit and suffer. These are not times for suffering. Jobs are scarce, right? If you have a plan, and even if your job just defeats you, knowing that in 4 months, I'll be ready to quit because I have sales. I'll be ready to quit because I can replace my income. I'll be ready to quit because I know how I can scale my business. Then you have some motivation, right? So make that plan. Give yourself a time frame of 4 months or 6 months to plan to make sure that all of these things are in place. And even if you haven't replaced your income, the least you need to have is those reserves. For 3 months being able to pay for your bills in reserve. Then you can quit. When you're ready to quit, you will know. When you feel it, do it. Now I know we just want to leave and have all the faith that everything will work out. Eventually it will. I just don't know if you'll be able to take all the stress and unnecessary debts and unnecessary time that you waste trying to figure things out. If you actually have all of these steps in place, trust me, that transition, you'll just be going from here to there. There'll be no dip. We want to avoid that dip because that dip is not sexy. No man will want to even touch you. That dip is unsexy. It even stinks. It's got a smell. I can think about it. It's traumatized me. But if you're ready to make that jump, make it, honey. We need more millionaire mamas in the club. You know what I mean? We need more people, more bosses out here. There's so many women starting businesses, and you can do that too. When you're ready to quit, you're ready to quit. Do it. I hope that these steps really help you and enlighten you on how you can prepare to finally make that jump from employment to entrepreneurship. I want you to succeed. So please have these things in place. Now, many of you have asked about the club. So if you want to join Club She Is, which is a network for women who want to take control of their income and live life on their own terms. Women who are building their brands to become entrepreneurs, to become brand builders and influencers. In the club, we have master classes, we have a support group. We do it all together and we support each other as we go along the way. The testimonials are amazing of women who are implementing and seeing results, of women who are handing in their resignations and finally going and taking the big leap. If you want to become one of those ladies, then go to clubsheers.com to find out more. Or you can click on the link down below to find out more about the Club Sheers membership. I'm always welcoming new people because we want to grow. The more millionaires we have, the better. The more entrepreneurs and empowered ladies we have, the better. Now, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then give it a big thumbs up and comment down below if you're inspired to finally make that big jump. Now, until next time, beautiful people, I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is How I Do Things.